5 seconds. Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir, while raising a discussion on the functioning of the Ministry of Steel and Mines for the year under review, the first point which strikes my mind is a part of the speech of the Honorable Steel Minister himself on the floor of this very house, of course, not in the capacity as the minister, but as a private member while participating on a private member's resolution as a private member. The issue was, of course, completely different, but the then Honorable Member and now the Honorable Minister expressed his anguish over the impoverishment of the Steel Ministry in production and allied matters of state. And I would like to quote only a few lines. Sir, while sarcastically he was replying to an observation of another member that India is a great nation, he tried to prove that it is not a great nation, it is a big nation, one of the most populous nations, one of the most impoverished nations. Its total striking power is only 4 million tons of steel while 9 million tons of capacity. This was said by an honorable member while intervening on a debate on a private member's resolution urging upon the government to recognize Bangladesh, which was a problem, a burning issue at that time. And as far as I could guess from the statement and the speech of the then member and now minister, he wants, and perhaps rightly so, that India, a country having 600 million people, must have a striking power so far as the production of steel is concerned in a much larger order, as in the context of the same speech he compared the production capacity of steel of Japan and certain other countries and pointed out that in spite of so many disadvantages for Japan, they are too important cooking coal, they are to import so many raw materials but merely depend on the technology and their capabilities. They have been able to produce huge quantum of steel and have captured a sizable part of the export market in the world. Therefore, sir, one who keeps this attitude of the minister in mind would naturally expect when he gets an opportunity to preside over the same ministry that he would try his best to improve the situation. In that context, I would like to draw the attention of the House and through you, sir, his own attention, though he knows these facts very well, to the performance of this ministry under his stewardship, sir. Last year, when everybody claimed that everything was going to dogs, the total production in the integrated steel plants, if I understand correctly, was of the order of 6.92 million tons. The Steel Ministry envisaged a production of 7.68 million tons of saleable steel is envisaged from the integrated steel plants 7.168 million tons. What is the actual production? According to the annual report of the ministry, it is 6.56 million tons. The reasons are their ready-made reasons. There is power shortage, there is transport bottleneck, there is non-availability of cooking coal, there is a bad industrial relations and so on. Every minister, including myself, if I occupy that seat, would go on giving all these reasons. But the question is, when you are envisaging while reviewing your performance, you are going to have a production of the order of 7.68 million tons. None of these factors come overnight. Transport bottleneck is a permanent problem in this country. Power shortage is a permanent problem in this country. Non-availability of cooking coal is a permanent problem in this country. Higher ash content in the indigenous coal is a permanent problem in this country. Now, none of these problems which the ministry is trying to justify for the reduction in the production is a new phenomenon unknown to the ministry or the experts. When you are planning to achieve a particular target, all these factors are before you. This is not a long-term target. This is only for the annual plan. You are reviewing the annual performance and there too you are trying to project your shadow longer than your size. This is the whole difficulty with the government. Sir, I understand the difficulty of the minister, particularly in relation to this ministry. But if the whole attitude of the government becomes something perverted, if the whole industrial approach of the government is erroneous, it cannot be expected that in a particular sector, be it the steel sector or be it the heavy industry sector, the performance will be of the high order. Now, day in and day out, we are told by the ministers that we are going to manage the economy in an excellent manner. Our allocation outlay in the draft 6 plan, I am sorry, rolling plan, those days are gone when we used to adhere to the phrase of 5-year plan, and soon now these are days of rolling plans in which the total allocation was of the order of rupees 2491 crores.